Hello and welcome to our weekly Prem predictions. Once again, I'm just an ignorant American who probably knows very little about the sport, but I'm gonna give my opinions anyway. This past week, we had our midweek games, which was so exciting. We had a Newcastle Liverpool thriller. We had a potential Man City resurgence and an Arsenal Man United game. This week, the games are, well, I would say just as exciting, but we'll have to wait and see. Liverpool versus Everton. Now, this game is a live rivalry, isn't it? I think they always make it a little bit more exciting. Last time I saw these two teams play, it was a interesting game because Everton actually won that. It was kind of the turn of Liverpool's season. Everton's defense did turn up. So because of that, I think because it's a rivalry, I think that they're going to come in and fight for it. But Liverpool, based off of form, they're going to win this. I see it a 2-1. Brentford versus Newcastle. We had Newcastle coming from what I consider a victory because very few teams have been able to take off any points from Liverpool this season. Playing against Brentford, and Brentford has been a little bit exciting, and they've had a fairly exciting start to the season. Um, I've said this before. I put Newcastle in the same category as Tottenham, where they're a little bit shaky against mid-table teams for some reason. So I expect Newcastle to ride the Hyde and get a 2-1 win. Aston Villa versus Southampton. I think this one, to me, is pretty clear cut. Southampton has fought, but they haven't been able to really show me anything. They haven't brought out any crazy, surprising results. And Aston Villa is struggling mixing Champions League time and Prem time. It is a lot of games. I can't fault them. But I think this is a game where they're going to come in and they're going to win. And I can see it 3-1. I just don't think the Southampton defense is enough. Now this, once again, I said we might have seen a Man City resurgence. I'm not 100% convinced. They did play Nottingham Forest, who has been on and off recently. They did have a crazy start to the season, beating Liverpool, but I don't know how much they really have. But they are playing Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace has not been this team this season. They are in the relegation zone. They're fighting to stay up. I think City's going to win this 2-0. I don't see Palace's offense causing any major problems. And I expect Pep to work to get back into the title race. Although I do think it could be over already. Man United versus Nottingham Forest. Now, I know Emery has just come in, but you've seen the ideas he has are starting to work. They're starting to take shape. And Nottingham Forest is kind of on a downwards trend. United needs this win, right? They want to fight for top 6. I don't even think they can push for top 4. I think they can maybe push for European spots. So I think they're gonna win this game. I think there's gonna be goals. I think it's gonna be 2-1. Arsenal versus Fulham. I'm gonna be honest. That Arsenal game versus United wasn't that good. Sure, they were missing Gabriel and Calafiori, which are huge misses, I think, for the team. But they didn't show enough to me, considering the previous weeks they've had. I still think they're going to win this game, and I think they're going to win it in style. I think they're going to want to push for something here. Maybe we're going to have one or the other of those injured players back. You never know. Arteta's never given a straight answer on that. But I think they're going to push for a win here, and I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think it's going to be 3-1. Leicester City versus Brighton. Now, this past weekend, I had predicted a draw between Fulham and Brighton, but Fulham just completely demolished them. This week, they are playing Leicester, and Leicester is coming off of a good win against West Ham. I remember watching that. I was shocked, right? I think the manager bounce is really happening, and I think that Van Nistelrooy needs to prove himself, or he has a desire to prove himself. I think he really wanted that Man United job, and I think he deserved it too, based off the results he got when he was managing. But I think he's going to try and prove it here by keeping Leicester up, and I can see it. I'm going to see a tie, 1-1. I think he's going to push for something. Ipswich versus Bournemouth. I'm going to be honest. I think Ipswich is going down. I think they're going back to the Championship. And they're playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth has been exciting this season. They just beat Tottenham. And they've beaten Arsenal. They've beaten City. I think they're trying to push for something to happen this year. Maybe they're going to push for a European spot. I don't know. But I don't see Ipswich providing too much of a challenge. And I expect to see a Bournemouth 2-0. Chelsea versus Tottenham. Man, Tottenham really... They're Spursy. I don't have to say anything else. That's all you got to say about them. I think... I've said this enough. Tottenham play well against big teams. So I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen this weekend. And then you have Chelsea, who, I'm going to say it, they're in a title race. I don't think enough people are talking about this. Enzo Maresca has turned everything around. They're pushing for something here. They're really trying, and I can see them. I see them top four guaranteed. Whether that's above or below City and Arsenal, well, we'll have to see how that turns out. But this is going to be an important game in the long run. I think I'm gonna go against what everyone's been saying. I've seen a lot of people saying Chelsea's going to win. I see it 2-2. There's going to be goals. Chelsea's going to push for something. But Cole Palmer has not shown up against big teams this season. Last season I know he has. This season he hasn't. But Spurs love to push. And this is a London derby. It is. So I think it'll be an exciting game, and I'll be watching. West Ham versus Wolves. Neither team has impressed me at all. West Ham looks like a mess. They're coming off a loss against Leicester, and Wolves is kind of struggling to find their form. But I think that Wolves is going to pull together enough to get a win. I don't think West Ham's all together there yet. They made so many signings, and I was so excited. I saw that Fulkrug signing. That was when I was specifically like, oh, that's gonna be something. But I don't know. I've been disappointed. I think Wolves is gonna push. I think there's gonna be goals, and I'm gonna see a 2-1. But that is my predictions. We'll see how things turn out. Personally, I'm hoping for a Liverpool draw this weekend against Everton. I know I talked about that first, but I want to see that title race be a little more exciting. You've got Chelsea now in the race. You got Arsenal there, and maybe City's back. A couple of players I'm hoping to see ball out. Saka's been incredible. I want to see what he can really do. Salah's been such a joy to watch, and I would like to see Erling Haaland come back. As much as I haven't liked City winning the title these past few years, I want to see them back, and I want to see them competing. I want to see this league as exciting as it can be. Anyway, those are my predictions. If you think I've got stuff wrong, or if you disagree with what I got to say, leave a comment. And another fun thing I want to know, I want to see if y'all can figure out who I'm rooting for, what my Prem team is. Leave a comment below. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video.